Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Totalbiscuit from the Eurogamer Expo 2011. You know what I wanted? I want to get my hands back on with End of Nations because that's one of the games that's really exciting me at the moment. So I'm going to do a nice solo play right here against some of the folks currently playing on here. Okay, so I think we want to queue for this by the looks of it. Map 24 is ready to play. Here we go. Should be playing the Liberation Front. This is Operation Deep Hammer that you might have seen in the previous game, the previous video. So we'll be joining into a fairly large battle. What we're going to fixate on this time is the mechanics, how it feels to play, the various different abilities that are available to you. Needless to say, we do not have the guys with Petroglyph helping us out this time, so we will not have infinite resources. So what we can also focus on is resource gathering and things like that. Okay, I'm going to go have a look. Grab ourselves one of those. There we go. 1, 2, that's 3. Okay, there we go. Right, let's have a look at the stuff we've got here. Fast attack vehicle can deploy proximity mines, useful. You can see the proximity mine right there. Now, this doesn't actually appear to have a hotkey, which is kind of annoying. I assume that they will put that in, it's just not there yet. Starstreak missiles, auto track and destroy air units. Right, so I've got good air-to-air, I've got these big gunships, and I've got these faster things on the ground right here. Alrighty then. Let's make our way over here. Right, so we need to start taking some objectives. Capture to initiate a bombing run. Okay, that sounds good. Let's go do that to start with. The maps are quite large, as you can see. All right, okay. Let's get some proximity mines deployed. There we go, back these off. Okay, we do have these big... There you go, right into the proximity mines. And hit them with a huge bombardment. Nothing lives under that kind of firepower. There we go. It's good stuff. I should actually bind them all to number 4 as well. This is very much sort of a control group based game. So if you have played anything like World in Conflict, I think you're probably going to get the idea quite easily. Now, for some reason our Starstreak missiles do not currently work. I'll move the rest in here. I'm not sure if I remember something about capturing involving infantry or something like that, but am I capturing it? I think I am now that I've clicked on it. Doesn't appear to be. Might be that I don't have any infantry, which of course would be a little bit of a pain, wouldn't it? Well, that's currently what we're stuck with. Let's have a look at the tech tree right here. I actually have a lot of unspent tech points, so it's like we can grab a lot of stuff.
Well, I'm probably dead.
Area denial, armor depot. Ooh, a lightweight tank called a Gorgon. That sounds fun. I'm going to grab some points in here. Have a look and see what that makes available to us. Now, of course, that will allow us to call down various things. A nuclear strike, for instance. Always nice. Not sure how we get ourselves a Gorgon tank. It looks like we could just get everything on the tech tree at the moment, because of course this is this demonstration version. So Titan tank unlocked there. Grab one of those. That's a lot of stuff coming in from the side right there. All right. Okay then. I'm sort of off at a slight angle right here on the screen, trying to see what I can get. Lots of fun, happy, wonderful things over here. It would be nice if I was able to drop down some infantry, but I can't. So looks like my composition is not suitable. I don't believe I can capture this without infantry, as far as I know. Almost certain that I can't. I recall them saying something like that from Gamescom. You need infantry units. And I'm not set up with that. Not at the moment. All right then. Let's go do damage instead. Resource points, landing zones over there. We're just going to head directly up to the front. And I do have quite a lot of resources available to me, so I can drop some horrible things on them. Sounds like a plan. Now, if you recall correctly, and you're actually watching this stuff from Gamescom, you will know that this actually supports 26 on 26 gameplay. It's pretty ridiculous. Oh my. Okay, let's try and deal with this as quickly as we can. Certainly taking some damage on our big gunship there. It's okay, not too much of a problem. We've got the firepower we need to clear through here.
The enemy's command center is in range. Finish them.
All right. We have range on here. Right, where's my nuclear strike? This is the fun thing. Upgraded nuclear strike. Let's drop it right around there. Yeah, that might do the job. They've got a bunch of Titan tanks over there. Don't want them doing anything whatsoever. Drop some cover fire missiles as well, if we so desire. A lot of other abilities we have here. I'm tempted to actually go over those guys, but really they're ignoring me fighting the power plant. So these, I think this is another player, but the chances are he's not at his keyboard at the minute or whatever. Right, taking down the turret power plant will, of course, disable all the turrets. Should be a common sense thing. I'm gonna drop a couple of big gunship fires on that. Moves into range for that purpose. Most likely do a bit of, you know, this reminds me of the rocket strike on, what the hell were the name of the Comanches, yeah, and Command and Generals. In fact, the whole game kind of feels a bit like Generals, which is awesome. Like Generals squash the world in conflict. All right, there we go. Power plant is now destroyed. That should cause them a few problems as the turrets shut down on those buildings. We might end up winning this fight on our own by the looks of it. Okay, I think we might have found some friends. Is there anything I could drop on them? Super weapon. A fire zone. There we go. Let's deploy that. We could also pop down a railgun over here. There we go. That should make things a little bit more interesting for them. There we go. We've deployed a railgun on the field. Let's deploy a nuke turret, because nuke turrets are hilarious. I don't know if is that the minimum range or the maximum range. Let's whack it down there. That should do the job. Yeah, the railgun seems too obsessed with that disabled turret over there. Let's target it on something else, shall we? Everyone loves magical nuke turret, except those who get shot by it. That kind of sucks for them. Aside from that, all is good. Now, if you do lose your units, you can get them back. It's not amazingly hard to do. As long as you've got the resources, you can very easily summon them. Get a new drop back at a drop zone. And unfortunately, since I don't have any infantry, I can't actually capture any of these drop zones. But I can destroy stuff. I'm very good at that. Okay. A couple of turrets down here make things a little bit more unpleasant for folks. If I don't end up winning this on my own, which is looking quite likely at the moment, and that'll most likely reset the encounter. Now, of course, the idea is that you win things on this big meta map, and you compete with people around the world in order to make that happen. And you fight for either, I think, the Shadow something or other, or the Liberation Front. But then there's a third faction, which is the, I think the End of Nations or the Order of Nations or whatever. And there's a lot of PvE missions based around their vehicles, and they have completely different vehicles. You can't play as that faction. And anything you've seen from the trailers, like that big stompy tank that you're taking down, that's them. A reminder to those who didn't watch the original End of Nations videos, because we did put out a lot of videos that day. A lot of people actually missed the End of Nations stuff. You can go and check out the playthrough from Gamescom on our channel. But what I will remind you of is that this game is free to play. And it's got to be the whole standard buy cosmetic stuff in order to make wonderful things happen business model. They're not looking to sell power, needless to say. Right, we have destroyed the defense factory, although destroyed defense building. That's interesting. Looks like you can actually capture buildings and then upgrade them with various nasty little tricks. They're not a bad idea overall. Oh, that's one of our guys shot down. Oh, look, it looks like we found something unpleasant. Do I have the necessary resources? I actually don't have the necessary resources to really do anything to these guys, so I guess we're relying entirely on our bombardment abilities. Yeah, unfortunately, that's a lot of anti-air I've got there, and that's one of my big gunships taken out. we don't actually have any currency either because nobody's captured any points and I can't either, so that kind of sucks. I'll have to actually to exit out of this and see if I can reconfigure my army. Yeah, it looks like that's going to actually be necessary. Alright. Yeah, because I've got no money and I can't capture anything in order to get any, so... Got 1,500 there, which is not a lot. And now my force is being melted completely. Alright. Let's try retreating. And let's see if there's any way that we can customize the forces we have available to us. I believe we can. We're going to have a look at the armory. There you go. Alright, so these are the units that I currently have. These guys are the ones that can actually cap stuff, as far as I'm aware. This guy as well. Infantry. I think a primarily infantry force might not be a terrible idea. Alright, now, these are all based around points as well, so these big regular gunships, they take quite a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove, if I can, there we go, yep, right-click removes. Then, I'm going to buy some new units here. Let's go and have a look at these units and find out what's going on with this, because that's actually a lot of stuff. Right, do you have to... By the looks of it, you have to buy them with some kind of currency. I assume that you earn in game here. So these are all the different units here: Torch, Fury, Banshee, Viper. Don't know what any of these do yet. Aha, I see. I see. General upgrades. What you've got here, this is the store. This is what a lot of the free-to-play stuff's going to use, but a lot of this is earnable in-game. I assume you could probably accelerate your progress with the use of microtransactions. You got some general upgrades here. And you've got 4 generals: Wraith, Patriot, Phantom, and Spartan. There's 2 for each side, and they all have different kinds of vehicles available. So, look at Spartan, for instance. Those are the vehicles you've got for Spartan. You look at Patriot, it changes around a bit. Different vehicles. And then you've got Wraith and Phantom. Wraith and Phantom are the other side. Cool. Okay, that makes sense. Right then, so I want to add some. Let's see if I can figure out how to actually add some troops in. Yep, it's just a simple click. I only appear to have access to one of these. Well, that's all right. As long as we get some infantry in there, as we actually do some capping, it's probably good. There we go. I would actually like more than that, but doesn't look like I have those currently available to me. That's fine, as long as I've got some infantry in, I'm not too concerned about that. You can also get a Gorgon in there. That leaves me with 16 out of 20, which is just enough to throw in a Titan tank. There we go. As far as I'm concerned, that's a much better force there. You can also have a look at some skins here. I believe there's a tie-dye skin. Yep, that's currently non-functional. But you'll also be able to customize various colors. So I have a feeling we're going to do... Yes, we're going to do the thing that we should have done in the first place, which is we're going to introduce them to the Rhubarb and Custard army, which is absolutely disgraceful. To be fair, if you get killed by that, you're going to be pretty embarrassed. No question. What you've also got in the game are offensive and defensive weapon mods. These are actually drops. And I believe you can also... I think Mike Legg was actually saying you can't buy them, that you have to get them via drops. Maybe there's a way to accelerate drop rate, but yeah, that is a disgusting color scheme, and that seems perfect for our mission. So I want to move back in here. Now that we've got some infantry, we should actually be able to capture some points, make some money, because we weren't really getting all that far with the composition we were given initially. Ourselves back in here. I'm almost certain it's infantry that capture. I'm trying to remember. Gamescom was such a blur for me. We'd played so many games, I barely remember how to play any of them. And it deployed me with some infantry. Great. Okay. Unfortunately, it also means that I've got a big mix of stuff, which is kind of confusing. Okay, bind that to 1. I think we're going to bind all of our ground vehicles, including the big pink tank of doom, to 2, and then our 2 infantry units to 3 right there. There we go. And then we can select them all and whack them on 4. That should make things nice and easy. Right, okay, on we go. Now this should make things a little bit easier for everyone. Capturable landing zone, I believe we have actually already captured this. Yep, so we're good there. I think the first thing we need to do, there's a resource point over here. I want to go grab it because I need some money. So that seems like a good idea. We've got one of our friends moving up the left flank there by the looks of it. Goes by the name of Horse. There we go. Our gunships are moving quite fast. Let's see if we can have a look at this resource point. I don't know where it actually is. Yep, that would be the resource point there. Horse is here, but doesn't look like he can actually capture it either. Can't really blame him. He doesn't have the necessary things in order to make that happen, but I do. Assuming that I understood the game correctly. All right, there we go. Infantry are currently within range. The capture appears to be happening. In the meantime, we have some unpleasant things to deal with over there. Some defense turrets. Try and bring those down as quickly as we can. Now, fairly sure I picked pink and yellow, not pink and blue, but hey, this is sufficiently hideous. I'm okay with it. Titan tank is quite good. Big, stompy, 4-barrel tank.
Allied defenses upgraded.
Someone upgraded our defenses. Could not be happier. Just stay within range of this. Now, if I move everyone out of range except for my infantry, we can confirm that infantry do in fact cap, as it would appear that they do. We should grab that resource point. Capping times are quite long. Bear in mind that this game is designed to sort of be dropped in and dropped out of. Battles could go on for some hours. So this is intentional design.
The enemy's command center is in range. Finish
Just
them.
grabbing this resource point for us, and then we'll be all good. All right, we might want to move out of range of that. Okay, do I have a nuke? I think I do somewhere. Alternatively, I just put down a mortar cannon in the range of their defenses and blow them the hell up.
Resource point captured.
There we go. There's a resource point. That should get us some cash in. As you can see, there we go. That is mine. I don't think I'm quite in range there. It's kind of irritating. Okay, just send everything at it. Blow that up nice and easy. I think what you got to find here is this is definitely a game about large-scale warfare. Specific micros, not perhaps all that expensive. Ooh, now I could drop a nuke on those guys. Yeah, I'm going to do that because it'll be funny. It's a lot of resources, but are they going to sit in the nuke? Yes, they are. 3 kills. Okay, let's clear them out. I'm hoping killing them actually earned me quite a few resources. It seems like it did. Also have my repair guy right here. Ooh, it looks like we've acquired access to a satellite and bombing runs. Very cool. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a giant Alterac Valley in RTS form. Capture these various points, defend against certain things, complete sub-objectives in order to go towards a primary goal, which to me seems like a very good way of doing things. All right, this power plant is apparently back online. Something is going to have to be done about that, isn't it? Oh my. Someone's brought friends. Let's make sure we move all of our forces around here. Did I lose one of my guys? I think I might have lost my Ravager. Yeah, I did. Double click him back in. We can resummon him. He will stay in the same control group, which is really helpful. And then we can get him back here. Now I need to assault this turret power plant, but it looks like they're going to bring some friends in the process. Let's get a nuke turret down there to help out. Our bombers will assist. Okay, nuke turret is up. Let's fire an explosive round from the Titan tank over there. Nuke turrets are great, as you can see. They do exactly what you would expect a nuke turret to do, only bigger. New corrosive gas rounds over there. Looks like some people are directly reinforcing from here. I'm not a fan of that, but it's okay, because we've got friends. Just pop up a few abilities just to make sure that they take some good damage. Sholnir bombardment would be good. We've lost a good number of forces here, so it looks like we're going to have to reinforce. There you go. Don't have a lot of currency. Looks like I've got enough to resummon the rest of my army, however. It's good. Let's get ourselves back in here. In the meantime, to proximity mines definitely would not go amiss. Try and hold on to our nuke turret. That's the thing that seems to be doing the most damage at the minute. And get everything back in the mix momentarily. There we go. It's all right. The other guys are trying to take out the turret power supply, but I don't really have what I need to properly support them right now. Well, that looked like a nuke or an EMP going off there. Our nuke turret seems to be doing a really good job. Try and clean this out, and then I think we shall wrap this up. Don't want to be going on for too long. I say these battles can go on for literally hours. But hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea of what to expect from End of Nations. I say I know a lot of you did miss the footage from Gamescom just because there was so much stuff. So I personally want to revisit it. With regards to just your RTS, I mean, it works really, really well from what I can tell. It's just sort of world in conflict style, but perhaps less focused on the maneuvers and more on the grand strategy style of things.
Enemy power plant destroyed.
Okay, turret power plant down. There we go. Right, folks, that was a quick look at End of Nations. Now, I'm about to leave, and I would quite like to finish things off by dropping another nuke on some unfortunate player that's hanging around there. Cooldown is almost off it. I can be a little patient. Wait for that. Looking forward to this actually going to closed beta. That's supposed to be happening fairly shortly. Come on, give me the nuke. You know you want to. May or may not drop it on my friends. Possibly. I feel no shame. The cooldown's almost off. There we go. Let's see if they like this.